Hello everybody, welcome back to the series where we take Kenshi and turn it into an unfair horror game. That's right, no map, darker nights, horrible monstrosities dotted around the world. If this is your first time catching the series, especially over on YouTube, go ahead and check out that pinned comment. It'll take you to the full playlist, and if we've made any videos so far, you'll also get to see the video we made from it. Welcome in everybody, good to have you. Twitch viewers, YouTube viewers, VOD watchers, thanks for being here. Ada, congrats on grabbing the first redeem today. Hello to you, hello to Maiko, hello to all the viewers and lurkers. So I don't actually remember 100% what I ended up doing last time. I think I have an idea. I know we did some attack training and some stat training, and I know we had initially tried to take on the Dust King's tower, but we're gonna get back into it today and see how we can get ourselves a little ahead of the game here, see what we can get going. Hey Dilly, welcome in, good to see you. Right, get the game loaded up here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope your weekend is off to a good start. Kenshi weekends are always a highlight of my week. All right, so we had some people at the hub. I know Wheat Straw had just gotten kicked out of Stack in the worst way. Tried to save a Holy Nation person by taking their shackles off, but turns out it was the Holy Nation who placed the shackles. So it was considered an act of terrorism, and Wheat Straw had to flee the city forever. So that was quite an interesting turn of events last time around. I know we got some of our fighting crew up to a pretty decent attack. They're going to be resting up. But yeah, most of them, I mean, 20s, and Clay's a little low at 12 still, but I think a little more time on Dust Bandits. They might be ready for the Dust King. Let me just make sure that they have some food. Yes, Manhattan does have food. We have Brew out here, still mining copper. Why did I do that backpack? Okay, that'll work for now. Still can't see anything. That's not gonna change. Wheat Straw should be resting up in the hub. I've been playing so much Resident Evil, I almost just tried to use my flashlight button from that game. Alright, I think we can go ahead, just as we settle in here, go ahead and speed up through the night a little bit. Keep an eye on Brew. That in the dark. Is that a bone dog? Oh, it's with the nomads. Interesting. Couple more hours until sun up. Brew, by the way, has one of our highest toughness at 58. I think Flare has 56, Manhattan 51. So we're getting toughness moving up in the group. Okay, looks like we got dust bandits. Let's get the group down here to go fight some dust bandits. It'll be good training for them. There might be no more dust bandits to fight, other than this one, which is in the wall. Here we go. Nope. Well, if we need to seek combat, we can do that as well. Remember what I'm looking at here. Send the group down this way. Even if we don't take on the Dust King Tower, which honestly, we'd be in a much better position to try fighting it this time around, but maybe we can find some groups of dust bandits here. So Flare doesn't have a shirt. That would actually be a little bit of reward we could get from fighting the Dust King. As well as his sword, which we would probably give to Manhattan. Hello, hello. Welcome in on YouTube. Ali SMR, good to see you. I did have a good week. I hope you had a good one as well. We are but 3 adventurers trying to get some experience. You know, this valley tends to spawn dust bandits sometimes. Hello, Armchair Civilian. Good to see you. It goes well. We're trying to keep rolling some momentum with this playthrough here. Get some fighters trained up so we can maybe seek some lands a little outside of the border zone, or at least outside of where we've been sticking to. Well, I'm not... Wait, who's that? Ghoul hunters. Okay. Well, we can always try the Dust King Tower again. Thing is, we will probably want to make it inside the building just to lower the risk from turrets. So if I can just tell everybody to go in here. Slow it down so we can react real fast if we need to. Flare's got a fairly decent attack stat. It definitely looks like we're getting in some hits at least, which means this is good training. It's exactly what we need. Party walking into the tower like they own the place. Forgot YouTube had a slight delay. Yeah. We'll see you on the other side. That dust boy who went down with is your character. Taking this smaller team. Yeah, the smaller teams do tend to have good dynamics. I think we are going to have to raise a pretty big team overall, though. Seem to arrive at a hard time for them. Hope you're doing well, Paul. Good to see you. These aren't slavers, are they? No, these are dust bandits. Ada, welcome in. Good to see you. Who are we fighting over here? Oh, the ghoul hunter is fighting the paladins. Gotcha. And over here? Hold on, we might need to investigate this. Typo, is it typo or typos? How's it going? Good to see you. Felt so powerful the first time you finally beat the dust bandits, I know. Nope, alas, that is Holy Nation. Okay. That's not going to be who we wanted. All right, back to your copper vein. Okay, they've all been thrown outside in an unceremonious heap. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Back home in Vodland, you've been wondering if it might be worth having the whole crew on hand for shenanigans, but sure, there's a reason not to. Can't see anything? You're on the vertical stream. Check the pinned comment. If you're on a PC, it'll take you to the horizontal stream. Or I guess if you're on mobile and you just prefer that layout, you can do that too. Get everybody inside, even if they get knocked out again. Oh, they got knocked out again. Okay, well, that didn't do too much for me. And Clay will now be going in a recovery coma. Click his profile and find it there if you don't like vertical. Hey, what's up, B-Dog? Good to see you. Yeah, if YouTube will just give me the feature to put them both on one stream, then all of this confusion goes away. They've been saying they'll release it for months, but they're rolling it out in pieces. So some people have it, some people don't. I wonder if it might not be worth taking the hub crew. See, it's 1 p.m. They could probably get to the Dust King Tower in time. They ever make anything simple anymore? No. Somebody ought to give you a hand, friend. Wow. He's in real bad shape. We're not even touching this damage yet. Wait, there it goes. Good thing we have this nice advanced first aid kit, and Ash is just getting all kinds of points in field medic. What's happening? Mist Fiend. We need everybody here to be a capable fighter. Get this man bandaged. You never know if he might save our lives. Oh, you're not the barman. Now, where's the barman going? Okay, it looks like we might have our own problems here. Minus 300 and that limb is not popping up. Friend is cheating. Well, it was probably bleeding damage and it, bled out and got worse, but didn't get hit with a tough, or with a cutting weapon. That's usually how that situation happens. Another shinobi citizen. We have a responsibility to keep these hub people alive. I wonder how Clay got slightly bandaged up, but not all the way. I'm happy to let them kind of lay there. It's not hurting anything for them to lay there and recover for now. I don't know what we're going to have Brew do eventually in Stack, but it's good to have an inside person in the Holy Nation. Where's the pizza? Welcome in. And Kitty, hello, hello. Hope you're well. Hangman is going to put some food back. Yeah, it's a little late to do a rescue mission now. Who is fighting down here? Ooh, a missed horror. Wonder if we can get there in 60 seconds. Gone in 60 seconds, this guy's head? Let's find out. Because he's unconscious for that long and his head is worth a lot of money. Miss School's still got you cooped up a little bit. We're moving a little more freely. Right now we have a gang that was fighting the Dust King at his tower. They've been defeated a couple times, but they're gaining skills. Oh, and the Mist Horror is awake. Where's it going? Following leader. Damn, they move fast. Oh no, it's cutting through town. Oh, it's going right for Ash. And now Wheat Straw. Come on, yes! Wheat Straw shot it in the chest and knocked it back out. Now look at this photo. Look at this photograph. Wave your hands in the air. Good job, Wheat Straw. These 6,000 cats right there. This is why I'm saying we gotta get some more archers eventually. Can't afford that. Well, if we buy a bunch of books, he can afford that. One of your guys got their arm ripped off? That was the barman. The barman got his arm ripped off and we bandaged him up and now he's right back to work. All right, let's see what we can get for research. Not a lot left. Actually, a decent amount left. Hanged Man is going to get to that. Oh, cool. Our generator's not even running. Okay. That's right. One of the things we wanted to get was, like, batteries we could charge up. They may just end up staying there overnight. We got some ghouls there. I guess that's one way to passively get crossbow experience. Friend is still stuck under the stairs, yep. Just notice that you have a captive mist ghoul. Yeah, he just kind of phased in there and hasn't left. Okay, Brew came back to get some food. You know what? That's fair. Totally fair. What if we had Brew just follow this Holy Sentinel around? Just to gain passive strength XP? Only problem is if the Sentinel goes in places that are off limits. I wonder if there's someone safer to follow. Maybe farm reputation by healing some people around. So it doesn't generally work that way without a mod. At least I don't think so. It has to be somebody of, like, diplomatic significance or something. If you heal them up, you gain reputation. But if you just heal up a normal, everyday character for that faction, you don't usually gain reputation for it. Last stream you did heal someone and gained +1 point of reputation. Trying to remember, the rules aren't what you would think they are, so I don't always remember the specific rules, but I know it's not as simple as just heal somebody and always gain rep. Blessings upon you, brother. You still gaining strength? Yeah, a little bit. Thought it did. You just need witnesses of that faction to see it. Maybe that's it. I wouldn't mind, you know, that would explain why I have positive reputation with the Holy Nation Outlaws. I've probably healed a lot of them up. Oh, Wheatstraw is actually able to shoot this one now. And melee. Nice. Now first aid. Oh, we're not done with you yet. Flair and Manhattan are back to positive points. It's good. Imagine if by chance poor Wheatstraw got trapped too. That happens a lot in this game. I would not be surprised. We just have to be careful we don't run out of first aid supplies. Hey, these guys are good. All right, we passed the night. This one will be getting back up soon. Wheatstraw, you know what to do. Oh, it might be in a recovery. Oh, it's playing dead. There we go. I think all we're doing is increasing its toughness. Hanged Man finished that research. We're going to need ancient science books eventually, but we're not going to be able to get them in most of the normal places because we're region locked to the northwest. Imagine a training dummy that evolves. It can be yours. Training your training dummy to give you more XP per round. Exactly. Oh, this dust bandit just fell over and is dying. So here's the thing. They seem to not have first aid. They seem to not heal each other up. So I think when Clay's at a recovery coma and she gets healed up, we give this another go. To get one, you just need to own a house. Yeah, I know you can do that, and I've done it a little bit in playthroughs before, but I don't generally like to play that way every day. Whoa, why is it zooming? Hello? Something happened with my camera sensitivity and it was flying all over the place. Alright, Clay's gonna be up soon. Always looking for those training opportunities. Wow, I wonder if they slowly starve to death if you stay here and keep them loaded in. I've never experimented with that before, but these people all seem to be very hungry. Or maybe 108 is as low as it goes. Okay, everybody's back up. We're gonna get Clay to get up first, so that she gets the most toughness XP, and then we're gonna get people to go inside. Come on now, you gotta actually land some hits. There we go, Manhattan. Get him to go inside away from the turret fire. You're gonna take some hits. Flares down. Okay, Manhattan, it's on you to do some damage. Because they seem to not heal each other up. The more cutting damage you get in now... Oh. Well, Flare's gonna be up soon. They do lay down. Intruders die, hairbrusher. What kind of insult is hairbrusher? They might be out of medic supplies. Clay. I don't know why I keep saying Claire. One of the many reasons you love the Living World mod is that Dusties and Hungry Leaders get bandages. Yeah, I never realized what a, like, glaring issue it was that they don't. Imagine being civilized and having hair. Couldn't be me. Good news is we can have Clay keep being the one to get back up and gain the toughness experience from it. This one's waking back up, but he's not looking too good. You might want to get that chest checked out. Skyrim insult. Is it new to Skyrim, or was that like an Elder Scrolls insult for a long time? I'm asking because I don't know. Already got something to eat. I don't know why Clay is not doing self-medic. Everybody in. Manhattan, get inside. It was unique to Skyrim. Morrowind had ones that Dunmer say throughout the later game, though. Ah, okay. Later games, I mean. Hey, Manhattan, I am just asking you to do some more damage. Lots of damage. I think we're working down their numbers. Hey, what's up, Cryptic Cashew? Good to have you. Finally found you on here. Been watching your YouTube videos for a while. Hey, thanks for coming by. Yeah, I just am getting started on making the weakest warrior into a video. But we're playing Kenshi as a horror mod today. It may not look necessarily so horrible. Except I hope Manhattan has some medical supplies. Yeah, so basically the gist is we are playing with no map, dark nights, and mist ghouls and grieve wraiths roaming the map. So right now we're trying to fight some human enemies to gain skills and also get a little bit of their loot. Because they have some weapons and general stuff that we could use. You can just about see, but there's a mist horror there with 83 attack and 450 head health and 122 strength. Just finished up your version of the Fogman run, but added a mix of all the hivers for yours. Had a squad called the 3 hivers with Beep, Boop, and Bop. Love it. Somebody have a splint kit? No, I mean, I think Manhattan might. All right, we're gonna get Clay to stand back up. They just got knocked back out, but gained a little bit of toughness. I'm going to try to get Flare to get up in here by Manhattan. It's a lot of strength, it is. The only saving grace of the Mist Ghouls is that they use really low-quality weapons. And that they don't always eat you. Sometimes they do. What's going on with the tower? Oh, we're just attacking the Dust King hideout. You know, training up people. Can I spoil it for you and show you where that is? Yeah. So, remember the part about no map? So, I'm looking for the hub from here. It is, it's on the east side of the river that runs through the border zone. It is west of Skinner's Rome, a little bit north of Shem. It's, this is the way station in the border zone. So if you find the way station in the border zone, you just head pretty much north up the road. It's close to the water. Yeah, exactly. So from the way station in the border zone, head up the road, keep the river on your left. You'll see the tower in the distance. The hub is also, like, right over here somewhere. Hey, AJ, what's up? How goes Dancing the Horrors? It goes. We're finding that our fellow man is as much a threat as the horrible creatures. Cue Walking Dead music. Gonna capture him and recruit him. All right, let's see. While we're waiting for them to heal up, let's see if they restocked food at the hub. They did. Also got some books. High quality toothpick. We'll get Ash in on some of this crossbow action, maybe. Oh, facing the horrors. I just figured you were using a little bit of colorful language, you know, dancing the horrors. A strange danse macabre. To get to the hub, there is a down road to the left of the Dust King Tower. Take that road and follow to the left. Oh, this one I'm assuming. Okay. That makes sense. Manhattan does have a splint kit. We could break Cat out of here as well. New party member pickup? Why is Clay getting up? That's weird. Clay should have been playing dead in that circumstance. Working on toughness here. Yeah, toughness, but also attack and defense. Oh, you know what? Let's splint injuries. Something about Manhattan being, like, awake and in prison is keeping them from staying down. Getting a little lockpicking in is going to be good here. This bag, anything interesting? Oh, that's where all our food is. Well, that's going to be a recovery coma. You know this road because you used when in need to heal your skeleton troops and your humans are healing? Gotcha. Manhattan, you sneak over there. Let's see if we can free Cat. I'm free! I'm finally free! You're a hero! It was my fate to meet you here, a beautiful angel sent from Okron. I'll take care of you for the rest of my existence, sweet Manhattan. See, Cat is in our squad now. Has some bread. What if we send Cat down to first aid Clay? Actually... Ooh, lots of food and a backpack. Got caught stealing. Okay, well, you run down here and, let's see if Cat can take Clay out of here to rest up a little. Cat's getting in some good old-fashioned toughness training now. be gone. They're gonna be coming back now. Ooh, Cat might die. Cat might die before Clay can wake up. Is there a donation link, and does it accept PayPal? Yes, through Ko-fi. I don't know how to actually get it to you on YouTube. I know I have it set up on Twitch. My bot work over here? My bot does not. It should accept PayPal. Thank you for asking. Never expected, of course. Well, Cat, old buddy, it was good while it lasted. Well... Oh, it's getting dark, too. I think maybe we should have stuck to our guns and tried to fight it out with these last few. Hey, Cemetery Chick, welcome in. We're gonna see if Flare can get enough distance, get knocked out, but then wake up in time to save Cat. Could be Manhattan as well. Oh, perfect timing. That is Mist Horrors. Horrors of the Mist. What is the plan for this playthrough? We are going to try to build a base, and I have also overhauled Leviathan Coast into... When I say overhauled, I downloaded one mod. It remakes Leviathan Coast into Dead Mist Plains, which is a high-level, very scary, very hostile environment. We eventually want to be strong enough to build a base that can withstand the horrors of the mist, and then take on an expedition and clear all of the labs in the Dead Mist Plains. Oh, that's one of the mysterious ghouls. Oh, he's gonna solo the Dust King. And I actually have to go over to that shall not be named purple website with the purple guys. Now, luckily, I stream on YouTube because I don't have to call it Purple App on YouTube. I don't stream on TikTok because they will throttle you if you call Twitch Twitch. Ooh, it's looking bad for Cat. I'm not gonna play. Who's being attacked at the hub? Ash, why are you shooting Hanged Man? Oh, is it just you again? Sir, are you prepared for prayer day? Why, yes, I have a holy flame right here. Hey, thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate it. I've really started investing lately in trying to get out more content and bringing on like an editor to help with shorts and things like that. So all of the donations and memberships and ad revenue and all that, it's really getting reinvested heavily right now. So it really means a lot. Trying to build something that lasts here with this channel and everything. Okay, Flare has the better leg. Flare, you run over there to Cat. Oh, Manhattan. Force multiplier. Flare needs to hobble over to Manhattan and get splinted. Oh, that didn't help with the bad leg. Okay, go down there. Cat's not gonna make it. Oh, why is it always so close? It's never like, oh, it was clearly a death and there's nothing we could do. It's always like, oh, it came down to the wire and I was 11 and a half seconds too late. And see, you're not ready for prayer day. We'll return in 1 month. Okron be with you. Divine blessings, brother. Glad I can finally be a part of your journey. Hey, thanks for being here, but even watching the videos is huge support. I mean, it tells YouTube that people like it because of watch time, so it gets pushed out more. It helps with ad revenue. Like, literally just watching the videos is a huge part of the journey already. But being here during stream and stuff, we love to have you as well. Always when you see the light fading out from theirs. Currently watching the first time playlist and only on episode 11. Man, how far we have come since then. Thanks for checking it out. I will say we've got an ad break on Twitch. I like to take my breaks during ad breaks on Twitch. That way people who aren't subscribed, they're not going to miss anything. So I'm just going to take a short break. I'm going to run some ads on both platforms and get them out of the way. And then I will be back in about 3 minutes. So I'll see you then. Like every one of them, some of them you've watched a few times while you're doing some of your playthroughs. Thank you very much. I mean, honestly, that is huge. So I really, really appreciate that. I'll see y'all in just a moment. Me when I'm in the club, straight up jorking it. And by it, let's just say. Who thought this animation was a good idea? Y'all ever have a really good day, then you just feel melancholy? Yes, absolutely. My car might be about to explode. Toilet! I got so excited for the toilet. I didn't check to see if the sink worked first. Oh, damn. Started already. Or is it just the one? Oh. Yeah, this ain't good. You have a very inviting lap. I don't know if that's weird. I know we're strangers. And I know I've just seen you under this mysterious blue light, but I don't know, it's what came to mind, and I believe in telling people what I honestly think. Oh, when I drop it, they like that. They like it when I drop it. You can probably tell from my death counter. Frost is no joke either. I bet this is a Thresher Maw. This is my surprised face. Cat told us he would spend his life protecting us, and he did his job to the end. What a king. Working on projects and been watching the playlist in the background. Honestly, I try to do my videos, my VODs, everything with that sort of demographic in mind. There's an ambient musician named Brian Eno, and he has a phrase about ambient music that it is ignorable but interesting. And I try to almost wrap my head around that same concept for streaming. It should be pleasant to be around and not demand your attention, but hopefully be interesting if you choose to pay attention to it. Been so good, had to come and support and know there's plenty more content. Who knows when you'll catch up to current day? Yeah, there's about 450 more hours of VODs ahead of where you are right now. Oh, thank you, Maiko. Hello, is that M Resin on YouTube? Good to have you. Okay, well, the interesting part of this whole thing is that I think that Mysterious Ghoul kind of wiped the Dust Bandit support. So if we spend a night resting up and then tackle the tower again, I think things are going to go differently. Hey, Wheezy, welcome in. It's definitely an expedition that toughened people up. Watched your Kenshi VODs, first time seeing you live. Hey, thanks for coming in for a stream. It's amazing to me how many people come by and say hello after watching the VODs. It really makes it feel like, you know, all of that time really, really paid off. Oh, no. Flare is dead? Holy shit. And just like that. Wow. It flared the two-piece and that was it. Yeah, so Flare was a little damaged. You know, had a chest a little bit in the negatives from fighting the Dust Bandits. And then the Mysterious Ghoul came along and did like 80 damage in one swing. Just straight to the chest. It's starting to feel like we will never build a character up in these circumstances. I don't think we have anything to build burial with. You know what? I know what we gotta do. That was an assassination. Did someone put a hit out on my character? That's why I call this an unfair horror list. Because it's just, you know, it's even more than base Kenshi. You never know what's going to happen. Like you when you leave your base and immediately get one-shotted by a UFO in the sky. Okay, when the daylight comes, we need to take them and we need to bury them. Cat gets a hero's burial. Don't go to that area often for that reason. Oh well, that was a modded character with like 90 attack and an Edgewalker type 3 weapon. Who's been attacking me? That was a mist ghoul. Not just a mist ghoul, that was the mysterious ghoul from the Mist Ghouls faction mod. Like 90 attack, edge type 3 fragment axe, heavy Southern Hive armor. Oh, was talking about the UFO part. Cemetery Chick, is that your mod list on Minecraft? My patience with difficult games amazes you. I want to play Road to Vostok this week coming up if I finish Resident Evil Requiem. Flare lost the main character protection, indeed. What if that bad guy is always following your group, always just out of sight? So they do wander everywhere. That's part of this whole mod list. You can see... For instance, if I send Clay out here and I remove the lantern, look how dark it is. Oh, and this is at 5 in the morning when the sun is rising a little bit. This isn't peak darkness. So it's totally dark. All of those creatures are wandering all over the map, and I have no map. What's Road to Vostok? It is a tactical survival shooter that is set on the border between Finland and Russia, and it's single player. It's one of those like hardcore start with nothing, gather loot, and then make your way into the main part of the game with like heavily armored enemies. Very brutal, like, you know, have to tourniquet yourself after you're shot, have to feed yourself, keep yourself warm, all of that sort of stuff. I think it's a solo dev, or was a solo dev, and then other people were brought on. Okay, now's our chance to see what Flare had that we should take. Why not give the gear to the new member? Oh, the new member died too. Cat died also. Cat died getting them out of the area. However, you bring up a good point. We might recruit somebody new. See what I can do about all this. He looked away in that moment. Yeah, it was a brutal double death. Hey, how about you take this bag? So you can call this the Night of the Dead. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta get them a proper burial. Love inventories like this where you fill in the spaces. There's something satisfying about them. Have you played RE4? May their souls rest in peace. There is no more struggle in the night for Manhattan and Clay. So a UMA is the Japanese term for cryptids, but Uma also means horse in Japanese. Does this mean that horses are Japanese cryptids? Cryptids in Kenshi because we have horse choppers and people can be called horse by default, but there are no horses. Where am I going to bury them? That's a good question. You know, we have a burial already. We have a body that we weren't able to retrieve because they got eaten alive, but we made a little burial for them. So I think we will try to set up the uh-oh. Missed horror. Well, this one, it needs to be hit in the chest. Hit it in the chest. Yeah! I think we have some ghoul hunters to thank for that. I think it was already weakened. Haven't, but you've watched RE4 gameplay. Actually never played a Resident Evil game. Yeah, RE4 is the first one that comes to mind for me of, like, space-based inventories. Revenge, even if it was not the same one. Yeah, maybe we gotta make it a goal to take out one of those mysterious ghouls now. Lucky hit. Good to see the strength XP coming in. Yeah. Was it just you, or was that thing super fast? Yes, they are super fast. They run like 32 or 33 miles an hour. They're basically as fast as beak things. That one's running around, I think, because both of its arms are crippled. If I can get them back towards the hub. Imagine if realistic body weight was not in the mod list. Is that a mod? I mean, it makes sense it would be. Turning Kenshi into a horror game is an interesting thought because you think if Kenshi was any other genre of game, it would be a horror game. Once you know what you're doing, Kenshi is very power fantasy, and I like to flip the script on that a little bit, and I like feeling vulnerable. I like consequences having weight. I like not knowing the most optimal way to approach every situation. This is not the Kenshi you grew up with. That's right, not your granddad's Kenshi. There probably was a faster way back home. That's all right. You play Kenshi with the zoomed in camera, it makes it way harder and more immersive. Yeah, I have heard that. There is a way where there's actually a recommendation with the no maps mod that you can lock the camera to third person over the shoulder, basically like this, so that everywhere you go, the camera stays fixed to you there and you can't look around. So that way you don't get like any early warning or anything. Like a Souls-like in that regard. Your first playthrough is very different to your second when you have knowledge of good weapons, locations, and builds. Exactly. And actually, it's Elden Ring that I was first playing when I kind of came up with that. I was thinking about that a lot because I was watching people do like no-hit runs of Elden Ring and speed runs, and I was noticing how scripted it is and how all of the high-level players, they rely on a network of information, and this is not taking away from their skill in any way, by the way. But I noticed that the game was changed fundamentally by the introduction of information and information networks in particular. And that was around the same time that Kenshi got on my radar. And I realized that I wanted to play it without that access of information, without any of the availability. Because it fundamentally, Kenshi even more so than other games, Kenshi's not a game where you have to like land headshots or parry attacks with perfect timing. Kenshi's really like a really complex spreadsheet where you can just plug the numbers in and win. If you know what the variables are. It's fundamentally a solved game when you consider that you can, within about 5 hours, raise a character up to be able to solo all of the major factions. That's why I prefer just moving the numbers around to tell cool little stories with them. Which, again, is not taking away from any, you know, like, obviously we can think of people in the community who are amazing Kenshi players who like to do exactly what I just said and beat the whole game in 3 hours, you know? That's nothing against them. But I like telling stories. What are the other squads doing? A bunch of nothing. Power leveling is crazy for a 5-hour character versus the world. You should check out some of Frankie's streams. Frankie was here. He beats the game like almost every stream. And by beats the game, I mean he kills all the major faction leaders with a solo character. He does it in a different way in one stream almost every stream. Yeah, they're doing nothing. I mean, I could almost get Brew to come back from stack. Is he still following this guy? I think he's gotten his strength up a little. YouTube recommended your channel after watching one of his vids. Oh, that's cool. Frankie raided me when I was first playing Kenshi, and been a good friend since then. Brew kind of just exists to hang out in stack and get us resources that we need. Right now, anyways. All of your personal favorite Kenshi moments are the unpredictable consequences of these systems interacting. Never want to control them too tightly. Exactly, and that's why I like to change up the variables when I play. Still have scars from the stealth horror of the stream you caught where I evac'd from Vane after fighting Beagness. I think this is the most I have ever moved a dead body in Kenshi without intentionally trying to strength train. First came across Frankie from his daily Kenshi facts. Yeah, didn't he do like 300 of those on Reddit before he stopped? I have 500 hours in this game, and I guarantee if I went and read through his daily facts, I would learn several things before I got like even deep into the list. Man, I'm really committed to this bit, huh? We're gonna spend like 20 minutes walking to bury these two. That's what we do for our people. Interesting, never heard of Kenshi before finding your channel, but it seems to have a pretty dedicated following. I know. And the interesting thing is, if you look at the Twitch, like how many people view it on Twitch, you wouldn't think all that many people watch it regularly, but it's got a really dedicated, like in-depth following. People who still try out new builds, consume new videos. You know, it's in fact, if anything, from what I can tell, it may even be on a bit of a slight upswing. Like, probably it was at a really big spike after it first released, and people like Seth were doing their big videos on it. But I think it's even had a bit of a resurgence in popularity. I know with Kenshi, the mod framework coming out, that really revitalized it from like a modding standpoint. Gonna have to look Frankie up. He'd normally be streaming at this time, but he's having internet issues. But he streams, I want to say every day except Wednesday on Twitch. And then on YouTube, so here's the thing with Frankie's YouTube. Don't watch Frankie's YouTube until you're ready to know all the meta. It's a bit of a poison pill in that once you know how to power level a character in like 90 minutes, you're kind of going to want to do it every time. So Frankie's YouTube content is really good for people who are already pretty experienced and want to know the secrets of the game, or people who are having a hard time getting into the game and feel like they're about to give up and need to know like the tricks to get good at it fast. But if you're a casual player and you're still, and Frankie will tell you this too, I'm not trying to bad talk him, this is exactly what Frankie will tell you. Don't watch his stuff if you're a new player and you're still enjoying figuring out the world and the strats for yourself. Frankie raided me, and we became friends, and I didn't set foot in a Frankie stream for like 9 months until I was done with my first playthrough. I did not go in there because literally any second you go in there, he might be pulling out the calculator and showing some in-depth formula that changes how you think about an entire system in the game. Have friends who aren't PC gamers but know about Kenshi from the Seth video? Exactly. Or ambiguous amphibian. Or, I mean, there's a couple other, like, really high-viewed ones, and then there's a couple that are pretty big for Kenshi. He's good doing that. I haven't even played Kenshi, and you know, like, 7 different strat for leveling up strength fast. Yeah. Kenshi is a metaphor for life. The more you practice the thing, the better you get at it. And you can't get discouraged when you suck at first. This is the path to greatness. This is the lesson of Kenshi. So there is a sort of... there is a sort of a concept known as failing forward that I like to try to hold to in life, which is find the way that you can do something that you think you might fail in a way that it's safe to fail at that thing, and then do it. And then you either fail and you learn something, or you surprise yourself and you succeed. Kenshi, in my opinion, is the game of failing forward. Everything in Kenshi is, how can I fail in a way that is safe for me to do so without it being a final consequence? Literally the fastest way to grow in Kenshi. All right, we just got to wait out the night, and then we'll have a burial. So with iron plates, we can make wood coffin. Oh, with building material, we can make sarcophagi. Any tips for beginners? Yeah, a rephrase of what I just said. Figure out the fights that you can safely lose in Kenshi, and look for the second chances. Between those two things, those are your biggest opportunities to grow in Kenshi. A fight that you can safely lose, and an opportunity that the game grants you as a second chance. That's why being enslaved is not a bad thing like you think it is. That's why being thrown in jail is not a bad thing about the way that people think it is, because those are subtle second chances to grow your skills without dying. You won't starve if you're a slave. You won't starve if you're in jail. Your captors will heal you. They have blunt weapons that are designed to be less likely to be lethal and less likely to take off a limb. So once you start to put those pieces together and you look for the second chances in between the lines, and you look for the fights that you're pretty sure you're going to lose, but it's safe for you to lose that fight, that's where you'll see growth, because Kenshi operates on stronger opponent logic and fail logic. So when you fight an enemy who is stronger than you, you grow faster. And when you fail at something, you grow faster than succeeding at it. So failing to block an attack and being hit gives you more XP than successfully blocking that attack. Kenshi epitomizes the story of that song, just getting stomped out by authority figures and getting successful anyway. Seen people put out video essays about how they took Dark Souls not being over until you give up into their attitude in life. Feel like someone must have done a Kenshi version of that. It's never over as long as you're still living. I touched on that a little bit in my Kenshi video essay, which, self-plug. You can check out my channel if you're on YouTube, or !YT on Twitch. It's called Kenshi Making Amazing Stories, and it's not quite about applying Kenshi philosophy to life, but it is partially about how Kenshi uses extrinsic machinations to drive storytelling in a way that other games don't. And part of that is the recovery coma thing, the stronger opponent thing, all of that. It would be cool if there was dialogue for, like, carrying a dead body into an establishment. They're like, ugh, get that thing out of here, you know? Where's the barman? Barman, I need you to buy this head from me. Shoddy spring bat, eh? We should see what the thieves have for equipment. Clay can maybe get a... I mean, these are decent weapons, to be honest. Played Kenshi logic and got someone to beat you on the head with an iron bat 1,000 times. Now you're invincible. That's what I'm talking about. Taking the initiative. Does happen if you take animal carcasses into camp in Red Dead 2. At first they'll comment on the animal and say, are you going to take it to the camp cook? But if you keep walking around with it, they start complaining. They will want these. Oh, these are regulars. I meant to buy toothpicks. That's fine. I need to lock up for the night, brother. You need to leave already. Or just take your time. Sure, I love working overtime. If we got any chances for new recruits here. Oh, I think I think everybody in this bar died. Zedimer, I don't get it. Recruit population 0. I wonder if Griffin is still alive. Hey, there's Bard. And I say, hey, wiggle on over this way, Muffin. I tell you, I've never seen someone so steamed so fast. So I took the... Oh, glass is empty. Say, pal, lend me some cash. I'll make it worth your while. Will you now? Tell you what, I'll sing you a song. On second thought, pay my 3,000 cat tab, and I'll sing you tales till the sun stops setting. Know all the good ones and got a voice worth writing songs about. All right, we got Bard. But Bard... we have a request for a name for Droopy. So Bard is now Droopy. Stomach damage, now it's the leg. Oh, then it's something else. Yeah, for sure. All right, we got Droopy will be our new recruit. Maybe the last living recruit in stack. There's not even a barman in some of these bars. Just shop guards left. This paladin haven't got a leg. Why can't Droopy see inside here? Okay, we do have shovels. And we've got a shirt. You know what? I bet if Flair were wearing this shirt, it might have knocked down enough damage that she'd be alive. That's a difficult lesson to think about. Just now dawning on you the weird creepiness of a slowly dying populace, you know, on account of the mist ghoul infestation. Yes. So some of the patrols will be replaced, the gate guards, but the essential, like, NPCs, the shop guards and stuff, if we can't keep them alive, they just slowly whittle away. Realized my camera could move a touch. No, I don't know those books. I have a 21,000 bounty right now, can't go to stack. So Hanged Man, started with a 20,000 bounty to the Holy Nation. All right. Pass the night. We'll do a burial. We'll get Droopy to come over here. Maybe we'll make a second play on the Dust Tower. Who's fighting? Die skeleton? Is it a ghoul hunter? Can't see shit. How did Flare die, by the way? Did not expect her, of all people. Mysterious ghoul with an edge type 3 frag axe. Just came bolting out of the darkness. Did like 85 damage to her chest. And she was already a little below 0. Just one shot. Hey, what's up, Borealis? Good to see you. Yeah, it was brutal. So glad you're home for the night. Work was savage. Well, we're glad to have you. And then the ghoul just dipped. It also knocked out Manhattan, yeah. All right, sun's coming up. Manhattan, Clay. Time to make the venture over. Clay, you got the building materials, yep. Just on this hill here, this is where we made the memorial for Lockjaw. Lockjaw we were not able to bury because Lockjaw was eaten by a Grieve Wraith. So we just kind of marked the spot. But Clay and Manhattan, they will be put to rest there. Or Flare. Oh no, that's a Clay in Manhattan. No, no, that's a horrible omen. No. Death tide us over for another year. I meant Flare and Cat. I read Clay in Manhattan because they were on the screen. The text for YouTube is like 4-point font. I'll have to look at that. It is a little smaller, I guess, isn't it? I'm glad Twitch finally stopped enforcing those rules. It used to be that you weren't allowed to show chat from another service on your stream, which I totally didn't do. Nope. That wouldn't be me. I'm not a rule breaker. All right. We're going to build here. Couple sarcophagi. Corpses are starting to rot too. Blair, you were the toughest among us. Your attitude, your fire, your spark will always be remembered as a light in the darkest of dark nights. Cat, you were with us but for a moment, but you fought as if you'd been here your whole life. You have earned this hero's burial. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. We're just having a burial. We're just having a burial for two of our people who were brutally murdered in this permadeath playthrough. Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. Socks, how's it going? Good to have you. Playing some Binding of Isaac. Very nice. Never played it, but I'm familiar with it. But if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, feel free to. Tell us what you have going on over on your channel, what you get up to, anything like that. Raiders, I'm Ad Noctum. I'm a streamer on Twitch and YouTube. I like to do open world and sandbox games where you can experiment with mechanics, tell a unique story, that sort of thing. I also make videos from my playthroughs over on my YouTube channel. Saturday and Sunday, we play Kenshi, which is like an open world, desert, samurai, punk, survival simulator, very difficult game. And then during the week, we play Fallout, indie games, horror games, things like that. Imagine going to a party and it's a funeral. Nice to see you, Raiders. Yeah, welcome on in. Like I said, if you want to share about yourself, feel free to. Also, if you got to get going, no worries on the other hand. If you need to raid and run, totally don't worry about it. I know I've seen you, I'm sure I've seen you in a range chat and in a hockey's chat as well. So I appreciate you bringing the raid on over here. Yeah, we just buried a couple of people. Mostly do puzzle and roguelike games. Also should eat more than 2 eggs today. Yes, do that. I had 3 eggs for breakfast and 4 slices of bacon and a full-fat yogurt and some dark chocolate and some black coffee. What I'm saying is feel free to go ahead and eat. But we appreciate you rating us. We're bringing Droopy back by, and we're going to put Droopy in the hub squad. Droopy might get a little bit of a trial by fire here. Not taking the shirt again, I see. Hey, Rain, thank you very much for the sub to Socks. I appreciate that. Rain, I appreciate your support. So let's put Droopy on the Dust to Dust squad, which ended up being very fitting considering half of them got killed. Rip, thank you, Cemetery Chick. At least we know we can honor our people. Also, while we're just running, I'd be remiss not to mention that, as I said, I make videos of my streams on YouTube. I just released my latest Fallout 4 video. On survival mode, we collected every collectible in the Commonwealth to save physical media. So we got all the magazines, bobbleheads, and a couple other cool collectibles along the way. and that video just released. What's the strategy behind having the different squads split up throughout the map? So it is, we have sort of a base of operations in the hub. So if we're doing research and things like that, I have a research bench built in the hub. It's also a relatively safe place that we can recover people if something goes wrong and bring them back to the hub. So if I send my whole squad out and they get squad wiped and then they encounter one of the ghouls that eats people, they could eat the whole squad and kill everybody and be done with it. Eventually, that's the kind of risk we're going to take on when we're much more capable fighters individually. But we're at the point now where we need people to be losing fights to grow stronger. They also tend to gain more experience in smaller groups because they're going to go unconscious more often, they're going to play dead more often, and they're going to get more XP for being surrounded.
Flare, and the other one.
The other one, Cat. Cat joined us, carried one of our unconscious friends out of the tower, bled to death. Cat was with us for about 90 seconds, but Cat earned a full hero's burial. Okay, I forget who had this stuff. Think Cat would have 8 more lives? Unfortunately not. Don't forget our hive friend who you can't even remember the name of from last stream, Gryle. Oh, you're right. We need to make a memorial site for Gryle. Gryle also died against the Dust King. I think we can have Brew do that. Brew has a shovel. Imagine spending an entire day, all of your good working daylight hours burying people. It's not the optimal way to play, but it's the story we're telling. Oh, and Borealis, thank you for the 300 bits. I meant to say that. Thank you very much. It looks like you kicked off a hype trade as well. Y'all have been very generous today, and I never set an expectation for it, but it means a lot to me. As I said earlier, I've been investing in like paying an editor to help me with my clips and stuff. So all of the contributions to the channel, they're being reinvested right back in and helping me try to grow like a whole system. I have memberships active on YouTube. I don't really push them because I don't really know what to, like incentivize people, because I don't really want to do members only content. And they don't give you ad-free viewing like Twitch subs do. So I'm still thinking over kind of what I want to do with YouTube memberships. And Borealis, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Every one of them went to somebody I know. We got one to Toasty, 5 more to Lady Trash Can, Celebrations, and Trans Tanky Girl. Thank you very, very much. Don't mind me, I'm just the one-armed Undertaker for the whole west of Kenshi. Borealis, thanks for all your support over the now years that you've been here. Appreciate you. Okay, so I need a rough's burial. That's the one I can do here. I wish there was a way to name them. I guess what it is if you have the body, then you can see who is inside there. But if you're just like memorializing somebody whose body you've lost, there's not an option for that. You know what is cool that you can do that is not in the base game? So I have a fabric here. And put down a knee cloth. And the... Oh, you gotta go way outside to do that. Well, let's just show it off. Hey, what's up, Sully? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. And thanking Borealis. Hope you've been well. Droopy needs to walk a little bit anyway and get that strength up. I think it's really interesting how mundane tasks in Kenshi, like walking, actually benefit your stats. Indeed. Not much, just chilling, been busy as hell, but finally reaching a slowdown point again. Did get bullied into going to law school by one of your friends, but who are you to tell an ER, doc, fighter, pilot, multimillionaire the word no? Well, I recall you being active in that sort of thing anyways, so, you know... maybe there's something to it. I hope it goes well to you. That is quite a CV you're building. So yeah, this is a knee cloth, and the description says, a knee cloth for communing with the dead or with nature without hurting your knees. Communing also has some therapeutic values. Your healing rate is increased by 200%. So it's interesting because it's not quite as effective as a bed. But you can, you know, like rest and commune, and you gain a little bit of increased healing. I may have to do that over the burials for a screenshot later on. Lurk for a bit while you take a shower because you just got back from the gym and stuffing your face. Hey, good on you. Glad to hear you're keeping busy in a good way. And thanks for stopping by to say hello. That emote cemetery chick. I love the little lizard. Be back in a few. See you then. Honestly, fighting a group of hungry bandits would be a really good thing for Droopy, but I'm not really seeing any around. Hey, thanks for all the support in that hype train. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna see if the thieves have like a leather shirt that Droopy can buy. See, his strength is already 2 just from walking around carrying all this stuff. We will, as usual, take a break when the ads play on Twitch. I'll run the ads on both platforms to hopefully get them out of the way. And we'll be back in about 3 minutes after that. Yeah, we have a dark leather shirt, and we have blackened chainmail, which honestly is going to be the superior option for protection. But here's the thing. It lowers combat speed and dexterity, and we're already doing combat speed debuffs with our armor. I just don't want to make that even worse. He will basically never get an attack in. So instead, we're going to go with the basic dark leather shirt. That's still going to provide some blunt and cut resistance underneath the armor. Time for some hydration. Good time for it indeed. Was your new speaker voiced by Microsoft Sam? You know, that's at least better than, you know what I heard? I went to the flea market the other day, and the voice doing the announcements for the different booths and stuff was that TikTok AI voice. You know, the one that's like the male narrator of everything, and I physically recoiled at hearing it out in the wild. Okay, yeah, we got that ad break now. I'm going to go ahead and take this short break, run some clips of the channel. I'll be back in a moment. Thank you. Press E to listen in. Have you finished? Oh, my bad. This is an intimate conversation. I should not be here. You let me know when you're done, and we'll come back and do this again. Yes, sir. This whole section is rigged to blow. Listen, you said you were done with the intimate talk. Y'all ever wonder what you would do without the internet and video games and all of that? Like, where all of that brain power would go if it weren't dedicated to learning thousands of little numbers in a video game? I think about that sometimes. Like, if all of this didn't exist and I lived 500 years ago, would I be like a guy who cataloged like 150 kinds of pea flour? Or, you know, held some type of historic tradition, or, you know, maybe made some metallurgy advances or something like that? Because today my brain power goes to this. Get out of that room. You didn't pay for that room. You don't have a key card. Oh, when I drop it, they like that. They like it when I drop it. Let me introduce you to the peeler machine. The peeler machine, well, it peels things. You'll both be today's main course if you don't do something. Activate your defense ability. Separate from ally. That's my defense ability? That might be the that might be the hardest I've ever laughed at a game on here. I thought I was gonna kick him or something. Why does the light go out in here when I aim? That's quite interesting. Oh! That sphincter just shut real hard like many of you at home. Am I right or am I right? Me when I'm in the club, straight up jorking it. And by it, let's just say. Who thought this animation was a good idea?
Nah.
We we have been in a bit of a predicament, as you might see. You might be able to deduce that something has happened. Books are scattered around the desk. Nothing else special here. Except you. You're special, and don't you forget it. Oh! I thought that was my tranquilizer rifle. Oh, I went full lethal. Just shot that man in the face. I thought that was my... Alright, y'all. Welcome back. Hope that was a fitting break for all of you. We're gonna pass some time here overnight. Thank you, Todd. Good to see you. You know what, Todd? I think I saw you do a redeem earlier and meant to say hi. If I didn't, my bad. Those were great clips. I'm glad. I need to cycle in some newer ones. Oh, I'm paused. I'm sitting here acting like I'm gonna pass time overnight, and I've got it paused. Thought that was my tranquilizer rifle. I love that one. Shot that man in the face. I think I'm going to put wheat straw in the dust squad as well. And I also think when we go back by the way station, I might see if there's anyone we can recruit. Said hi when you did the daily. Ah, perfect. All right, well, now we get to stand around a campfire and look at each other all night. To be fair, it did put him to sleep just, forever. They call it that, but sleep really has got to have some brain activity. Like, your brain be doing brain waves and stuff when you sleep. Oh, we get some dried meat in here. There we go. And it looks like we can put some books away. Let's see if anybody else has books. Three there. Still amazed you fought all those spiders and cheaters run and all you lost was the King Gorilla bounty. Man, that had me sweating. Ah, 4 books here. 4 books droopy, that's what they call me. Yep, won't be getting much further now without ancient science books. Not enough food for an expedition. Oh, give Droopy the lantern. Being called Droopy might be bad in certain contexts. Yeah, but it's a bonding thing. You call me 4 books Droopy on account of my 4 books. What do they call you? don't think there's any of these people that can be hired. You're in my space. I'm the one that healed you up. It's a good bit of my money. Oh, we buried Cat with the bread. We didn't get the bread off of Cat. You know what? We'll just say that's part of the superstition. We send them to the afterlife with supplies. Latest hyperfixation is power wash sim. You want to power wash that entire base. I will admit that over COVID, when we were all stuck at home, I spent a fair amount of time playing power wash sim and listening to podcasts. Poor old Three Breads Cat. The afterlife is just regular Kenshi. Is it like a karmic tier system where you work your way up and down the levels? All right, now we have lost our most experienced fighter. And also we have a complete newbie in tow. Oh no, Droopy put away a bunch of the food. Because that's what they do when they have jobs on. They dump the food in the food storage. So we have 1 bread and 4 fish. Why is this sounding kind of biblical right now? It looks so cute just waddling. Power Wash was your go-to cozy game for the longest time. Right now you're doing something with similar vibes, but it's only 1 level. Librarian, tidy up the arcane library. I saw your screenshot in Commercial's Discord. Fairy scattered all the books to the floor, and you have to sort a whole library. It's insanely satisfying. Waddle, waddle, waddle. I think if I just follow this, I'll run into the dust tower. Why are you all going that way? Oh, I guess you will go that way. All right. Their power walking reminds you of peeps in the UK who use walking poles on pavements. For me, it always reminds me of mall walkers. Which I don't know if that's a distinctly American thing, but, you know, shopping malls used to have, like, circuits that were, like, they were printed or vinyled onto the ground, and people would go to the mall to, like, power walk around as exercise. Probably some sort of, like, marketing scheme cooked up by some agency who was trying to increase sales at malls, but it was a thing people did. Ah, yeah, that's the Dust King Tower right there. Not really your vibe, but Smoochies by Ashniko is such a good album. What kind of music is it? Just got this in, which is Fall of Hearts by Catatonia. Really cool, like... I don't know how you describe them. They're kind of prog metal, kind of prog rock, kind of ambient alternative. Alt pop, gotcha. You're in Canada and worked cleaning a mall for a bit, and in the early morning there were a lot of older people who would walk the mall during the winter. I mean, I'll be honest, I went in there and did that during a storm not long ago. Of course, I'm trying to be, like, slightly more active, but, you know, it's like, hey, it's indoors, it's climate controlled, they have sunlights. I have a fair number of elderly people that do mall walking early in the morning. The stores in the mall open at 10, but the doors to the mall proper open at 9, so they have an hour just to do their thing. And then stop at the food court for a coffee or something. Interesting. I mean, it's nice. You gotta get out. You gotta have third places. Pop with heavy influence of rap and metal. Gotcha. I don't know if it would be my thing, but might check it out. Ah, see, they're starting to move a little bit because Droopy is not quite so over-encumbered. I don't know if the Dust King Tower will have been reinforced by patrols or not. It could be a dangerous situation we're walking into. Where you live, it's so cold in the winter, the mall is one of the only options for walking. That makes sense. Has yet to hit your shores as far as you're aware, but you usually avoid those types of places. I find a certain amount of appreciation for them now that, like, most of my day is digital. I know that, like, misanthropy is kind of hot and kind of trendy in some ways, but honestly, interacting with other people in low-stress, low-stakes transactions that are pleasant is nice. And so I have a certain appreciation for environments where you can do that. A lot of her songs are also EDM. I never really got into EDM. IDM, on the other chance. I like IDM. Been getting into Tricky a little bit lately. One of the founding members of Massive Attack. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, this could be our make or break. Let's see. Covery Coma. Mushroom Head was also playing in Chicago not too long ago. They get a lot of acts out there. Is it literally just the Dust King left? There's probably a few guys inside, right? Couldn't stay away, eh? Well, damn. I guess they got cleared out. This Ringed Saber Mark III, huge damage increase, like almost triple what Manhattan was doing before. But he need a shirt. Ah, Wheat Straw could take this one, it's better. Town you grew up in used to have a lot of small shops, each doing their own thing. Worked in one for several years till the global economic collapse washed them all away. Miss those days of enthusiasm meeting expertise. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like when I worked at a sporting goods store that had a firearm counter when I was gearing up to go to school to be a gunsmith. I liked working that area because I was enthusiastic and knowledgeable, and I felt like I could help people make good decisions about their purchases and like not just their purchases, but like the hobby and the practice as a whole. Dealing with customers in an area that I enjoyed was the best part of the day. It's all of the other stuff that comes along with working retail that was the stuff that I hated and didn't look forward to. But just like being in my element, doing what I knew and helping people learn about it, that's the fun part. All clean, now you're back. Welcome back, Selly. All right, let's see what we got in here. We got some books out of trading range. Get Manhattan to grab these books. Grab these for now. Some hashish. Oh, another sleeping bag is a big find. Be surprised how hard sleeping bags actually are to come by in these circumstances. Now he can become a droopy 6 books. Well, I'll be honest, this was such a big goal, I don't know what to do next. I think the ninjas might be getting thrashed by mist ghouls right now. Dragon, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm doing well this day. I thought that there was always... Oh, maybe it is in here. I thought there was always a specialist toothpick in here. Yes. And that's a big upgrade. Well, I guess if this tower is... Oh, he's playing dead. Just finished some face paints for your Kenshi mod. Very cool. Worked in an army surplus for 12 years, learned a lot, and enjoyed passing it on to customers. Yeah, that's very cool. And again, that's the kind of thing, and I'm guilty of this. If I were looking for something in that realm, I would probably go to eBay or a specialty site before I would go to a small brick and mortar, you know? Yeah, I think they're getting thrashed by... Well, these are ghoul hunters. Dust bandits attacked ghoul hunters. That's what happened. He was playing dead. He's about to quit playing when I take over his land. I mean, really, that's what we did. And now I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like a dog chasing a car. Well, I guess one thing we can do is kind of hole up here for the night. Do try small local places when you can. One thing that immediately turns you off from a small business is pity marketing, though. Right. I know what you mean. I mean, I give some leeway to it because it is people's livelihood, and to be honest, it is an underappreciated public good to have access to shops and things nearby. But yeah, there is a certain amount of that I can't do either. Looks like we got a mist horror attack. Team activate. Ash has a new bow, so that should help even. 0 damage to the chest. Oh well, Ash has got to get this training in somehow. Hanged Man is definitely going to be shot. That's how you train precision shooting, is accidentally shooting your friends. Oh, it looks like the bolts are doing a good amount of bleed damage, and there's actually 2 archers working on it. What mods am I using to make things scary? So, no map. Darker nights. Very dark nights. And then Mist Ghoul Faction. Not just Mist Ghouls, but Mist Ghoul Faction, so it adds patrols, and Grieve Wraiths. A couple other little small things, but that's the gist of it. I actually have it as a collection on the Steam Workshop if you go to the collections and type in Unfair Horror. Putting in multiple attack slots on these, the Mist Horrors, is honestly one thing that makes them way more approachable, and it makes a lot of sense. I think Ash is shooting this ninja guard repeatedly. Ninja guard might bleed to death before the Mist Horror does. Boom, look at that. Let me take your head. Is Ash fighting others now? Oh yeah, there's another one. Actually a lot. This is not a sustainable long-term combat, but for now it's training. Boom. Who just shot Hanged Man in the leg? Precision shooting is getting better, though. This is really going to show how important archers are going to be. Damn, Hanged Man is being beaten up. I mean, he gained a ton of melee defense from that, but God, that was brutal. Why are you getting up instead of staying down? Shouldn't be doing that. Glad he didn't lose a leg, I know. I was worried about that. Like, we got ghoul hunters in town. These occasional, like, faux raids really keep things interesting. Getting up gives a lot of toughness levels, but I think only if you choose to do it from playing dead. I think if they just get up on their own, you don't get the experience. Which is what Ash just did. Ash just kind of decided to get back up. Which they usually only do when there's somebody else in range. Like another ally, I mean. Alright, let's go see if anybody needs to be patched up. We gotta keep the townsfolk alive. Hey, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We're just shooting the hounds pacifier in the head over and over again. Oh, Ash is down. Taking crossbow, reducing armor with a crossbow is an interesting stat. Yeah, you know, the crossbow, I don't consider it as deleterious as other malices in the game. In a lot of circumstances, in practical matters. Lower skills do level up faster. Not crossbows, I don't think. I don't think crossbow is affected by stronger opponent logic. Ooh, oh, this is Ash. Okay, Ash will be up in a second and can help heal up all of these people. In particular, I'm worried about the barman again. Gotta peace out, have fun, thanks for the chill vibes. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. Hope you have a good one. Okay, where's my barman? Don't see him in here. Hey, have a good one, Borealis. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Get some good rest. Barman's not here. Maybe around the back of the bar. Barman! He'll be just fine. So who's still fighting the ghouls, I wonder? That's the ghoul hunters. Honestly, even if the crossbows don't do a lot of damage, the bleeding can really change things with these high health enemies. Yeah, we're not gaining any reputation with the ghoul hunters by healing them up. Ash is going to get food. There's got to be a better way to arrange this, but oh well. Ranjiro, good to see you. Hope you're well. You know what? Droopy. Are there attack dummies in here? I think so. You who has no skills, ply your trade on the attack dummy of the Dust King. Ah, they're Mark IIIs. Cool. That should go a decent way. At least to getting started. Wheatstraw's got a cool new bow. Lots to look forward to there. What? Bruce just standing outside stack for some reason. Love and devotion, brother. We'll check again if there's anybody to recruit. There's literally nobody in this bar. They've all been wiped out. Wow, so many nomads. A ghost town? Well, it's getting that way. There's another bar. Oh, I can't see anything. Bar somewhere out here. What does a cow eat for breakfast? Muesli. Bar, I thought it was on is this the bar? This is the bar. Okay, here we go. Wait. There's a thief, there's a hiver just sitting here. I mean, he's shackled. Everybody is shackled. What happened here? Where'd all these thieves come from? Well, I suppose the only person we have left to recruit is Griffin. Welcome back, Wanderer. Can you tell me about the first extinction? The destruction of the ancient capitals thousands of years past. According to the doctrine of the Holy Lord Phoenix himself, it was the agents of... the skeletons that caused the extinction. And it will happen again. How and why, I don't know, but this very belief is what tears our society apart. It instills such an overwhelming fear and suspicion into our nation that we've begun to destroy our very own society by our own hands. And you think that I will lead you to your salvation? Okran will show me if you are the one. So, Wanderer, I will follow you, but it will cost you 9,000 cats. Do you have the coin? I have the cats, but do you have the skill? I have the battle experience. I am an ex-Holy Sentinel after all, although a little out of practice. It's been a few years now since I left on my pilgrimage, but I would not expect you to pay more than my worth, Wanderer. I'd be honored to have you following me. All right, we got Griffin, who basically is equipped with crap. I'll never understand. Okay, at least he has 8 toughness. Some of them you get, and they have like 20 in skills, and then they have like 1 toughness. And I'm like, how did you get to 29 melee defense and not raise your toughness at all? See if I can get Griffin to a travel place. This group is mostly all rested up. When can we hope for the lore dive run? Good question. What is happening? Did Griffin break in? I was pretty certain I clicked outside of the building. Oh, right. Well, Brew is no longer welcome in stack. It's okay, a 1k bounty should go away quickly. Griffin immediately getting attacked by the whole nation after being recruited. I am cursed. He was possessed by the demons of Narco. We have one ancient science book. We gotta use it wisely. Also, let's bring this shirt with us. And a little bit of food. Alright, Brew. Time to deliver Griffin to the hub. Brew not welcome in stack. No, Brew is fine. Brew is welcome in stack. It's Griffin who tried to break in and got the bounty. This will be good strength training for Brew. Wonder if a martial artist would be good to have in the team. I feel like Brew is the ultimate survivor because he doesn't piss anyone off. No, no, you're okay. I know you're not backseating. We've been through this long enough that it's just back and forth and enjoying Kenshi for what it is. Is Griffin new? Yes. We recruited Griffin, sent him outside, must have clicked inside a closed store. He tried to break down the door, got attacked and knocked out. So he has a bounty now, right after we recruited him. Rookies. All right, in the meantime, let's grab the dust crew. Get everybody downstairs. Oh, wait, is the Dust King back up? He is. Get him, gang. You know, might as well grab him. Yeah, let's take him to Squin. And from Squin, we can try to pick up some new recruits as well. Can't wait till they all have like 80 attack and defense. That is the goal. That's the hope. That meta wins again. Actually, Brew can put Griffin down. And Griffin can just go take himself over. Why is Griffin under attack? He's not. Damn, Griffin can move. Bruce, someone's got to be earning money around here. Harmatho, she lived a life of anguish. For chained in rebirth, she was condemned to languish. To one day she'd been ravished by the high paladin most vile. And she swore her dark vengeance with a murderous smile. She stashed a long nail forged to a blade, and one by one the guards were slayed. Now the high paladin lies dead, a nail in the eyeball. With it the name Harmatho in blood on the high wall. Thank you, Bard. Thank you for that lovely, rousing song. Yes, dialogue. You know, we do so many solo and modded runs, we don't tend to get a lot of the dialogue, do we? A nail in the eyeball, you say? Yes, very nice, very nice. Despite having a lot of hours played, you've never actually encountered Bard. Not sure if he always dies before you meet him. You know what's funny is I meet him like every single time I go to stack. Who grabbed all the food? Did they eat it all? Ah, there's some here. Okay, I know where I am. Yep, totally know where I am. We're going that way. Yeah, Droopy got up to a nice 9 attack. That's not bad. I forget we can have, we could have Wheat Straw train Lockpick and Thievery at the Thieves Guild. Love the dialogues between characters in Kenshi. It's mostly between uniques. So you usually run a small team of them with mods to increase the yap. Like Let's Talk and stuff like that. Hey, we're gaining the strength. You know, if we really wanted to get Droopy up to strength, what we would do is have him carry the Dust King. And Hatton could use the strength, though, as well. Not really a strength-based character, but being able to move about with stuff in the inventory and not be slowed down is probably still important. One lone ghoul hunter, huh? I wonder if we would make it to Squin before sundown. About 4 hours. I think we get there or close. It's a shame, though, that Squin doesn't really have, like, what we're needing for our team. I think heavy weapons are going to come into play. Heavy weapons and heavy armor are going to come into play later in the run. Right now, it seems what's really doing it for us is dexterity and crossbows, getting in quicker attacks and cutting damage and things like that. You know, bleed, all of these things. I don't think they do, but it would be nice if the check carried, like, big weapons that weren't classed as heavy weapons, like polearms and things like that. Get us to the gates while I can still see it. All we gotta do is get into town. We will be stopping for another ad break in a moment, probably the last one of the night. So, as usual, I'll just step away, run the ads on both platforms to get them out of the way, and then be back when I'm ready for our adventure to continue. Let's Talk is a really good mod, but you advise caution when hiring Red. The mod uses her joining dialogue on tandem NPCs, so she constantly tries to burgle them. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've never hired or interacted with Red that I can remember. Either get cash or stir up trouble. You know, I was thinking about doing a playthrough with mute character. Trying to see how much difference we can make in the world if we're not able to talk to anybody. And mute characters, as far as I know, like, you can't shop or anything like that because you can't interact with the dialogue menus. Man, look at that atmospheric setting sun. Forget how I move, like, up and down. Need to get my free cam mod working again. Okay, here's our ad break. I'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for hanging out with me on both platforms today. Do I have... Ooh, I've got the perfect thing. What a beauty. What a throw. We we have been in a bit of a predicament, as you might see. You might be able to deduce that something has happened. Look at that form. Why can I not do the kill?
Who's there? 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 Who's there?
That's what she said. Probably, yeah, that is indeed what some she has said, I bet. And you know who that she was? Kenshi. I think there's a lesson in there for all of us. You guys seeing this? I don't think that's supposed to be happening. Last time when I walked around for an hour with you all listening to my character groan because I was low on health. Yeah, it looks like we're doing that again. Oh, no. Good news. We're not doing that again. Yeah, that doesn't look like any plant I've ever seen.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen. This may be problematic.
Ah, the secret drug farm. Okay, I know where we are. I mean, no, officer, never heard of such a thing in my life. I bet this is a Thresher Maw. This is my surprised face. I have a totally normal mind with regular emotions and good coping skills. This is nothing to worry about. Thought maybe shaking him a little would help. Alright, well, he's not the most attentive driver, Camerkel, but, he's in there. And that's what I've got to say about that. Manténgase alejado de las puertas. I can feel it. They're gonna come to life any second, and I'm gonna regret ever poking around back here. Please. What did I tell you? Oh,
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later.
now's a bad time. He'll be back for it later. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate y'all being understanding of the break schedule and the ads. It's good to take a break once in a while anyway. See us moving into town after dark. think it's pretty interesting that the Shek have figured out something as advanced as wind generation. You'd think they're more like generator people, you know? How long have I been streaming? Those clips looked quite old. So most of the clips will have a date of when they were recorded, but I started in 2022. I started in late August 2022. So going on 4 years now. Not as much as you thought. Yeah, I mean, I look a little different these days. I've gotten better camera setups and things like that. So the overall look is a little different. Hey, let's get Manhattan to go in here. You all, I don't know if you're trying to go somewhere, but don't if you are. All right, 35,000 cat reward. Going to this bar down here. Who do we got? Stone. Maybe everybody's at the other bar today. Stinks. Kang. Where's Bruka? Ah, there's Bruka. New sword, kin. Ah, they're commenting on my sword. Looking at my horns, flat skin. Really couldn't care less about your horns. Good, because I can still prove my worth in battle without them. I have a question for you, Flatskin. What do you do if you are outnumbered on the battlefield? Fight tactically. You take out the weakest opponents first. I'm trying to remember which one she likes. Truth. We must even the odds against us when our situation looks bleak. We fight the enemy to the death and we die with honor on the battlefield. But I didn't die. I awoke surrounded by death but still alive. They labeled me a deserter and cut my horns on my return. I'm no longer a warrior, but a servant. You lost your horns, but at least you're still alive to fight again. Perhaps, either way, I will not remain here as an unclad warrior. But you seem different to the other outsiders I have met, Flatskin. Let us band together. I am intrigued to fight alongside you. It would be an honor. All right, we got Ruka. Ruka and Bard will get along, you think? Actually, I'm gonna get Manhattan to go inside and buy some food. You know, just a little bit of food. And then let's see Griffin. We can get Griffin to go to the Shinobi. Wonder what kind of equipment we can get him set up with. He's got high dexterity and strength. See, my first instinct with Griffin is, oh, make him a big, strong fighter. But what if we make him a fast fighter? Ruka definitely can do the strength thing. Griffin, do you not have a light? Well, there should be one in here, I think. Yeah, there are. I mean, honestly, I'm almost tempted to go for Griffin as an archer. But like a skilled archer and blade fighter. We'll get there, Griffin. We'll get you there. Some way, somehow. Ominous dark tower. All right, let's see what we got. Blackened chain shirt. Lowers combat speed a little. But it could be okay with assassin's rags. Will be a start for today. Oh, you know what? While you're here, why don't you train on lockpicking and such? Yeah, we'll get Griffin training up on that. Hello, bump me out of the way. This trains up to, oh, 20, not bad. Dust Crew should be ready to move out. We might try to get Ruka dripped out in a little bit of armor, or maybe with a better weapon. See what we can do with our money. Speaking of, I wonder if the barman is back in rotation. Hey, there's our barman. Even was I trying to buy? Believe it or not, that'll be an upgrade. I think I was just trying to get money in my pocket. Interesting. The Dust King is only supposed to be a 30,000 bounty. I wonder why he was 35. Why aren't they sitting when they are idle? Sit when idle is on. Maybe it's because this isn't counted as their home. Hey, thank you, Armchair. Appreciate it. Liking the stream does help, as does leaving a comment, whether you're watching live or the VOD, but you interact with stream however you like. But if you were wondering, yes, all that engagement and stuff does help. Honestly, I think being alive is more important than doing a lot of damage right now. So we will prioritize the armor. Hey, Tron, how's it going? Good to see you. High grade leg plates would be pretty good. Armored hood. Character is currently running into the Dust King's tower to get immediately shot in the face over and over again while laughing like a maniac. Combat speed effect or dexterity effect loss? Let's go with the plate jacket. And then I think we should have maybe something for boots. Just get up to standard grade. I think we should have a better shirt back at the base. And if Ruka does well with heavy weapons, Ruka can take the Falling Sun that we have stashed away in stack. Looking like a little bit of an adventuring party, huh? Saruka comes with a little strength. I guess kind of randomized stats. Eventually they will run out of toothpick arrows, and then you will have them. Ruka stack. That's gonna be fun. Well, I would have Brew fetch the falling sun. See, Brew is like our inside man in stack right now, considering Ruka can't go there, Griffin can't go there, Hanged Man can't go there. Feels like this could be a really long playthrough. I'm gonna have to get better at editing because Crabmaster was the limit. I had to make Crabmaster, I had to cut things to make it below 12 hours because that's the longest video you can upload on YouTube is 12 hours. So I can't have an even longer playthrough if I don't learn how to trim some of the fat. It's not like people won't watch the VODs if they want the full experience. I have learned that. Might be a good idea to make it episodic again. Episodic content on YouTube is very disadvantaged in the algorithm these days. There's a reason most streamers are doing mega cuts and super cuts, and that is just because serial content, the later episodes, just do not get pushed. So you have a heavy fall off. Whoa, he just turned, came at us and then turned and said, psych. Is he attacking us now? Somebody just needs to hit him in the chest. It's unfortunate, kind of like episodic Kenshi videos. Yeah, that would be great for a lot of reasons, but when you look at, like, my first playthrough, I want to say, like, my first video has, like, 9,000 views, and then my last video that I did of that kind was, like, 200 views. And when you're trying to build something that, you know, can help support you back, you unfortunately have to look at that and prioritize that kind of stuff and say, like, I'm spending 20 hours editing something that is bringing in 200 views, you know, and you just, there's not enough time to do it that way. Can we just abandon stack and set up in Squin for pajama parties? Oh, there we go. They hit him in the chest, finally. All right, let's get the gang back in stack, or the hub. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I've been. I'm just a mess. Thought I was going a little slower than I had been. Okay, so I will be back tomorrow for more Kenshi around the same time. Throughout the week, I plan to finish Resident Evil Requiem. Depending when I do that, there's 2 indie games I would like to get to. There is a surreal, liminal, esoteric, block-based, Minecrafty adventure game called Lucid Blocks that I want to take a look at. And then there is a tactical survival shooter called Road to Vostok. I would like to play those this week. We're taking a few week break from Fallout just to check a couple of other things out. I figure I'll probably be back to Fallout in 2 to 3 weeks. And then, of course, next Saturday and Sunday is Kenshi. So that's just how things are looking. Of course, if you are new here, if you're catching this series for the first time, you can see the whole series in the playlist on YouTube. You can also check out my other playlists and my other videos on YouTube. Great way to keep up with things when I am offline. I know I don't stream as many hours per week as some streamers do, a lot of streamers do. So I do rely a little bit on having all of that offline content there being as high quality as I can make it so people can enjoy whether I'm live or not. We're gonna bring the gang back into the hub, reunite everybody. So I believe the count for today is 1, 2, 3, +4 -2. So we have grown by 2. And it has been a great stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here and being a part of it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves closed out now. We're going to start by saying goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Whether you were here live or you caught the VOD, just know that we appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed this installment of Kenshi as an unfair horror game as much as I have. Feel free to check out something else on the channel, and we hope to see you back, whether it's for Kenshi or something else we do. But until we do catch you again, please take care of yourselves. Armchair